I'm preparing for an international trip here soon, so I wanted to kind of give a overview of some of the new toys I got that I'm going to be bringing with me. Don't worry, I'm not going to turn into some like whole tech review channel per se, but I'm going to share some of the tools I want to use to document some of the stories I want to be sharing with you coming up here in the future. And this camera that I'm upgrading to has kind of been controversial for a while recently, because it's been sold out almost everywhere except Best Buy had some stock, and there's all this speculation and conspiracy of like there's problems with this camera, there's going to be a recall on it. I hope that's not the case, but I don't think it is, and I'll get to that here in a minute. But as I unbox and put all this together, while I talk about why I bought these items and why I thought these would be good tools to take with me on my international trip, all the products will be linked in the description below. So if there's any of them that you do like that you see, it would help my channel out just by ordering through those. No extra cost to you, convenient, and it's kind of like a value for value that would help me out for free. So would appreciate it. This is my favorite Gerber knife. Start out by displaying that thing. I like this one. It has all these different blades, screwdrivers, pliers, wire cutters, and it has a spring in this one, so that's kind of why I like it. And this has been sharp for years. I think I've had this over 10 years probably. But the main camera we're going to talk about today is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. They're saying, from what I've been reading on the Reddit forums and people's speculations, is that this is being recalled because there's a fog issue on the lens when the camera heats up and it's cold outside, that your image starts to look a little hazy. That's what I've heard. I haven't actually watched those videos to see if those claims are true yet. I could see them being true, because even when I had the GoPro a long time ago and put it in its dive case, if it's cold outside, and sometimes you do get a little fog, and that's why they make those like anti-fog inserts that help take away some of the moisture. And so this does have a removable lens on the front of the camera, lens protector. So I can maybe see, yeah, it could potentially heat up and fog if it's cold out. But my thing would be like, could you just take the lens protector off if it's cold and fogging up for at least a little while? Or and I know that's not probably advised if you're doing action sports. So like if you're a snowboarder and stuff, I know that would be a problem if it's fogging up and you're doing these fast-paced action things. You kind of want your lens protected. So here she is in her full glory. Insta360 Ace Pro 2. I'm not going to go through all the features. There's so many videos out there already that will give you all the specs and test the microphone, and I'm just going to be testing what I'm going to use it for. Probably a few settings. I'm actually excited and interested in testing out some of those Leica color profiles. I think that'll just be an easier workflow. Maybe. Well, we're going to have to see some things. So I'm going to remove this first. It says tighten the lens guard before using camera in water. So it gives you that warning on the front. I'll peel that off there. Just going to see how easily it does remove, if it does. I'm kind of scared. I'm a little too scared maybe, I don't know. Does it come off? Does it just pop off? I might have to read instructions. Yeah, before I damage shit, I'll read instructions. So the other thing that's going with this camera, I bought a new micro SD V30, I think is what the website recommended. That should be enough. 256 gigabytes, so if you're shooting 8K all day, probably not all day, but you'll have a lot of footage capability. This one does come with 2 batteries. I bought the what bundle. Whatever bundle came with 2 batteries, I think. Maybe one's in it already. So yes, there is a battery that comes pre-installed in the camera. I'm impressed of how long they last though, because even the one I'm shooting on, what I'm replacing this with, or like companioning with, because I'm not going to get rid of my little cute X3000. This is like baseline. This is where I'm measuring things at. So I kind of wanted to test it in a studio-like environment to see. It might not look that pretty, to be honest with you. This should look better on the Ace Pro 2. Let's see if it starts with any juice. How about that? So the power button's on the side. Little blue light kicks on in the front and back. Language. Download the Insta360 app in the Google Store, and we're going to have to connect it and everything, it looks like. So we'll go ahead and start on that now. Alright, we have the Ace Pro 2 firmware updated, app downloaded. Going through a few of the settings, seeing what I want to test first. We're going to be getting to that here soon, but the first thing I wanted to show before I jump to this camera to compare against this one. Alright, so the other accessory I got for the Ace Pro 2 was this little quick release mount. Magnetic, kinda, not really. I mean, this part will clip down into the little hooks. That's kind of just how it helps magnetize. But other than that, you got a little lock flip on there, so that way if the button accidentally gets hit, your camera won't fly off. But yeah, to remove it, that's where the magnet's kind of like, oh, you kind of suck, because it's a little hard to pull off if the camera's not attached to the quarter part. But we don't need that. This should just go right in the hole.
That's what she said. Michael.
Bam. Like that. Then what can we do? Then we have these little 1/4 inch mounts, which I bought a new Ulanzi mini tripod. I like these legs the best because you can bend them, wrap them around fences, and they won't like fall over and stuff, because the other like Joby, Gorilla, whatever, they're not grippy. These are grippy. You can still use it as a small tripod like that. The top part is what's cool, because I'm actually shooting on a Ulanzi mini tripod, much like this, but the head's different. Same ball, well, different ball head. So this you can move around like such. Has a 1/4 inch mount on top. You can tighten there. But the cool thing with it that I can dual purpose this with now is that'll slide up and out. Now you have a cell phone holder. So I'll always have my cell phone with wherever I put it. That I can now take with me and use the same tripod that I'll probably be using this action cam for mostly, probably. So I just wanted to show off this little tripod because I'm taking it with me on my travels. I think it'll be handy to set the cameras, whatever camera I want to choose. But I actually have another accessory I will show for the action camera. I showed it off in another video using this action cam. So let's pretend we're not using the phone. So just push that back like so. So yeah, now this has a couple mounting options. For one, I can just put it in the 1/4 and tighten. And that's the easiest. Should be the easiest if I tighten it the right way. There. Ace Pro 2, meet the X3000. Your older brother. Kinda. So we're going to test some settings on this next. We're going to test that controversy to see if there's anything wrong with any fogging up. It's starting to get cold outside, so maybe I'll bring it out and do some low light testing pretty soon. Anything else I want to show off? In this box, it did have the extra battery. It came with an extra plastic wind guard. This is the one you're supposed to use underwater, I think. What else did it come with? All these little booklets, manuals, startups, sticker. Thank you. I like those stickers. And this cord to charge it, which we need to do. About half empty. So let's do that. Let me go grab that one last accessory. So I showed this guy off in another video, but I thought this would be the handiest or handliedness lessness accessory to have while I'm traveling. And it's called the Sea Sky magnetic clip, and I just took off, it does come with a 1/4 inch, so you know, with the little 2-3 prong action camera adapter, but that's what I want to test on this guy, because now we can just unhook it easily from this 1/4 inch, like so. Get the little butterfly deals to come down, if they stay down. So maybe that's a design flaw. This thing is too magnetic for, like, I don't know the reason. It doesn't really need to be, is the problem. But anyway, let's see if we can get this to line up and match. Put it in the hole. It'll work. And there we have it. I should go get my backpack. I'm going to do this later because I'm going to actually test the walk around stuff, but that way this can just hang out on my backpack, or I'll have like probably a sling bag when I go. So all my items aren't here yet. This is just the tech video of what I'm taking. And I should wait for my bag because this will all have to fit in that bag. So, but I just wanted to show you how small of travel kit I now have compared to like my huge ass camera bag I used to take with me everywhere. So yeah, you can just tighten that little ball head there. That'll be there. I could flip the screen down. Let's do that. Walk just like that. And I think the beautiful thing with this, I don't know if this pole's magnetic enough. We'll go test. Well, let's test it on my fridge. Oh no. Still not magnet enough. I'm scared to use it, but if you have something to kind of catch it, it kind of will work. It's a little iffy. Okay, it does actually magnetize. Just you kind of have to keep it close to the base. If it's out too far, it's going to be a little top heavy, you know. But just wanted to show you. Bam. You can stick it to things, you can step away and record, which we'll be testing soon on that camera. So subscribe, I guess. We're not going to do too many just gear videos, but I do want to kind of document what gear I'm taking with me and how I'll be using it. So thank you, Ace Pro 2, Insta360. Guess we'll see what the quality's like next.